highlight the main function of the regional office. It's the affiliated organization of WeGo Secretariat that supports with public relations and invitation for the meetings of Executive Committee and General Assembly. Other functions include developing regional programs to promote exchanges and cooperations on e-governance among members in Europe. In addition, it encourages members in the region to participate in the regional programs. Europe Regional Office promotes WeGo in Europe to secure new members, develop partnership with local organizations, and expand global network on WeGo. The office also organizes training, education, and forums on e-governance. So this webcast that you are going to attend is part of these activities. But before we start, let me introduce some specifics of the running order. We are running this webinar non-stop up to the end, registration free. You can watch this webcast on any device available, PC, laptop, mobile phones. So if you cannot attend the whole webinar, you can watch it remotely on your mobile devices. You can also ask questions using hashtag in Twitter, ULGov, and we will answer them as soon as possible. Actually, that is all, so we are smoothly moving to the webinar itself. The topic of our webinar is Ulyanovsk region's experience in open government innovation. So actually, why this topic? Frankly speaking, previous webinars, workshops, and international events we devoted mostly to the international experience. And Ulyanovsk specifics remained uncovered. So this webinar is solely devoted to our best practices. And it's my honor to open this webinar. My presentation today is the front office innovation management. So actually, what is front office? Here in Ulyanovsk government, this dimension covers two fields. So the first one is face-to-face interaction, such as reception desk and so on. And the second one is the interaction using web platforms. The current trend is that most of innovations occur in the web interface. And actually, what is innovation? So it's not only machines, it's not only engines or aircraft building. Again, it is obvious, but for us it is specifically not only the technologies, but the very technologies that help us solve challenges. Very briefly, I'll highlight the short chart of front office innovations in our region. The first innovation is a web portal, a web platform, and it is our own development. We did not pay any additional funding or any additional money for this, so we can operate them without any lack of resources, without any risks and obstacles. The second one is project management techniques. In Ulyanovsk government, we use PMI, Agile, and Prince2 standards, but not as the standard features that are specified, but only those which are useful in our daily routines. The second one is know-hows. So I won't eliminate the main secrets of our daily basis, but at the same time I will highlight only one. So several years ago, our shooting crew used tape recording video cameras, and operators, photo shooting crew followed every step of our governor, and the video after that event were needed to render, and then a special man, a special driver needed to drive a car to our TV channels and to give this video to other channels. But 2 years ago, we created our own FTP server, and now every video after the event with our governor can be simultaneously, within 15 minutes, downloaded to any of the channels, any of the TV channels, and can be showed this evening on our TV at home. So my presentation is very brief, so I want to give the word to other speakers, but before that I will show you some future challenges that we see and consider very important for not only Ulyanovsk region but also for Russia, for other Russian regions and globally. The first great challenge is information overload. In our opinion, the more information penetrates the life of the government officials, the more difficulties it creates. And that is why the second challenge appears, a lack of human resources. Actually, when we compare the workload of city officials and compare them with the workload of some practitioners in NGOs, in other businesses, we see that compared to the same salaries, the overload of information and the tasks and responsibilities in the municipalities and in the executive bodies is several times higher. So people prefer to earn the same sums of money in businesses with less resources that they spend on it, on their work itself. So human resources challenge is not only Russian but also a global challenge. So here we need to use and invent some new benefits for our staff or for our colleagues to work on a permanent basis. And the third challenge is globalization. The globalization is a great challenge not only because it's like a modern trend or a modern definition. It's the thing that we need to deal with. The more complex life becomes, the more effective decision-making technologies we need. And multiple fields evolve in the result of the progress, so public officials need to solve more and more problems within a limited time period. And that is why we need to find out new ways, new cultural, new regional specifics that can be used to handle globalization and to solve two challenges. The first one is to keep in mind some specific obstacles, regional peculiarities, regional and cultural religious specifics, and on the other hand, to implement new technologies that are useful, that are very inspirational, that are tremendous in their capabilities, in their capacities, and the main goal, of course, for everybody nowadays, it's very important to become some kinds of regional, national, or international leaders, to become the trailblazers in some field, and to make open government technologies successful. So this is very short opening presentation for our whole webinar, and I'm ready to answer your questions using hashtag. You can type it in on Twitter, but right now, or you can also use this hashtag after the presentation, and during our whole webinar we will answer the questions, if any, in the closing remarks. And now I'm giving the floor to Head of External Affairs in International Communications Division of Electronic Ulyanovsk. And Ms. Kitaeva will show us some examples of best practices in cooperation between authorities, between business, and between the society. And she will explain why global and international cooperation is very important. So, Ms. Kitaeva, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So, good day, dear colleagues. I'll speak about the best practice in interaction between authority, business, and society. Throughout the second decade, information technology based on the fundamental Moore's law continues to grow exponentially. Such growth will span the decades. In comparison with other fundamental discoveries of the last century, such as electrification and healthcare, the implementation of IT in our lives grows with the highest speed. Taking these facts into account, the government should immediately respond to the rapidly changing information environment and new information tools for the benefit of society. The process of choosing the right solution is often based on intuition, prediction, or feelings, and is frequently done by one person. In a rapidly changing world, the purpose of the government is to support all initiatives of civil society to adapt the applicable laws with due regard to the latest information technologies. The backwardness of cybernetics in the Soviet Union has led to the failure of information technology being used at the turn of the century. But at the same time, this fact has a huge positive effect on the Russian Federation. As the formation of tools such as enterprise resource planning, databases, or public telephone networks passed through the Russian Federation, the implementation of the latest IT developments has been actively implementing only over the last 2 years. Based on the experience of other technical specialties, Russian Federation focuses on the higher engineering education as a point of growth in IT cluster. For instance, Volga IT, the 10th anniversary Olympiad for undergraduate and graduate students, will be held in 2016. The main aim of this Olympiad is to promote IT specialties. Algorithmic programming, telecommunication technology, information security, design, and other dimensions are the main nominations of the Olympiad. The unique feature of the Olympiad is that all the tasks are developed by IT companies of the Ulyanovsk region. It's important to say that the IT cluster of the Ulyanovsk region is very highly developed. Statistical monitoring of 2014 reveals between 2 and 4% of GDP in the region. Under the auspices of the cluster and with the assistance of the government, 2 unique events are also held in the Ulyanovsk region. Nowadays, these 2 events have no analogues in Russia. Throughout 5 years, the annual International IT Conference Tachka has been held in Lenin's Memorial. Total number of participants of this event is about 3,500 people. Within 3 days, more than 100 speakers from around the world conduct training sessions, share their practices, and discuss technical issues at the round tables. A unique, not a format event called Ulcamp takes place on the banks of the Volga River in summer. The participants live in tents, workshops, and round tables are combined with the opportunity to communicate with other participants and consider complex technical and practical issues occurring during the work process. By the way, following the proposal by the governor of the region, this event will be also held in 2016, as well as a winter version will be held on the 13th of February. You are always welcome. The rapid IT development has shown inability to use standard tax control measures for IT companies, so that the Legislative Assembly of the Ulyanovsk region decided to change the tax code in the direction of reducing the payments. Such measures will not make an immediate effect, but will give the opportunity to gain a foothold in the IT field and continue to grow. Social guarantees for IT specialists allow to have access to housing loan at discounted rates. It goes without saying that such interaction of measures between the government and the IT community should not be considered as complete, but at the same time, IT community is actively involved in the work of expert council, IT training for the citizens. So we intend to continue to work toward the established course and fully address to the growing desires of society to be top trend. The interaction between business and authority, in turn, should be based on information technologies. We are sure that communication mechanism between government, IT business and citizens will discover for whole Russian infinite opportunities for self-development and possibility to live in information society. So thank you.
Thank you, Catherine. It was a very tough presentation. We are smoothly in the running order, and thank you very much for your smart ideas of how international cooperation will boost economical development in ICT. So thank you very much. Everybody, once again, you can use hashtag Ulgav on Twitter, and also you can ask some questions, post comments if any available. And the third topic we are going to discuss here and to show you our opportunities and possibilities is the global trend called smart cities. Actually, it's not only a global trend or some popular movement, it's also a technology, project management technology rather, which enables city municipalities to implement some principles and eventually make life of the citizens easier and better. And it is not only just the brand, it is what is understanding under this brand. And here I give the floor to Mr. Kandaulov, the director of Intelsat company, who will show us what is the main idea of smart city in his opinion, and how e-government can be implemented and actually is already implemented in Ulyanovsk region. So, Valery, the floor is yours, please.
Welcome, dear colleagues. My name is Valery Kandaulov, and I represent software developers in Ulyanovsk state. And I'm glad to present you our experience with smart city and e-government implementation in Ulyanovsk state. Ulyanovsk state is a federal subject of Russia with a population of 1,300,000 people and two main cities. In 1215, Ulyanovsk was selected as a test subject for federal GIS information system for household and communal services. As you already know, smart city is a scientific concept based on modern information and communication technologies, all to enhance quality, performance, and interactive of urban services, reduce costs and resource consumption, improve contracts between citizens and government, provide detailed information about different aspects of life, and most common and fundamental concept of smart city is smart house. General home automation will include centralized control of lighting, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Security locks for gates and doors, and other systems. But smart house concept is, though widely spread, is not so popular nowadays because it's expensive and very situational. In 1215, two of Ulyanovsk startups and the commercial company Izgorod and Ulyanovsk government started an ambitious project to build an electronic infrastructure for supporting systems and control and monitor all information about households, resources, and billing issues. This system consists of several parts. For example, household support system, automated workspace for management companies, automated resource control systems, and early diagnostic systems. With the help of our investors, we automated apartment house in Dimitrovgrad city, where we linked 187 flats into united wireless network for transmitting information directly to control consoles, mobile phones, and control companies. With implementation of this project, management companies got the tools for effective monitoring and control of consumption and transfer data directly to billing systems. Supplier companies got practically the same benefits, and users and flat owners got the tool to monitor their consumption, control their electric device and environmental parameters from their phones. This system is part of the GIS for household and communal services. It's the countrywide household information system which integrates all the Russian regions and states into one home information system. One whole information environment, and provides country and region-wide analytics for everyone. This system provides cross-organization ICT interaction based on modern networks, regional databases with fast reaction to e-government needs, one-point entrance for all federal data storages and sources and providers, and verified data provisioning based on electrical signatures. Another smart project which we developed in Dmitrovgrad city is smart city illumination. Smart city illumination is an important concept for energy efficiency for smart citizens, because because lamps nowadays are common, in energy-saving lamps are common, but the control of these technical devices is not widespread. The basic solution is to partially turn off the lights when people don't need them. And there are a lot of systems which provide this functionality along with monitoring and diagnosis tools. But the modern solution is to control each of the street lamps individually, thus maintaining steady level of luminosity while gaining energy benefits. Each street lamp can be dimmed for 30 or 50% and can be controlled directly from source control station. This new approach also to increase safety for drivers and citizens in the city. Another project we developed in Ulyanovsk, it's already implemented and it's already working, is transport system for smart cities. It contains control of passenger traffic, control of income and sales rate, information for passengers about transport workload and transport arrival. It's based on RFID cards for transport payments, schools and budget taxes, which can be used in all of these areas at once. And you can also pay with this card for school and food provisioning. All these systems are integrated on base of Ulyanovsk region e-government system, which was developed also by us and it's already implemented in Ulyanovsk state. While we're developing this system, we studied 24 regions of Ulyanovsk and studied 941 government services, while they were analyzed, converted to workflows and software algorithms. This system uses SMAP, the Federal Government Integration Network for Protection Data Transfer, as a basis, so we can communicate with different organizations and different government departments. Two latest projects which we are developing and which are getting ready to implementation in Ulyanovsk state now are administrative workstation for deputies, which allows instant access to citizens and instant access to complaints and messages from citizens to control organ of the regions. With this system, deputies can redirect citizen messages to corresponding organizations without any additional costs. This system helps to manage everyday work for deputies, allows fast reaction to citizens' needs, and allows to react preemptively before citizens decide to correspond to companies. The last project is government with citizen interaction. It's called Dialogue Project. Our project is based on Moscow example, and we created a social portal which helps to collect citizen reactions to government decisions and to collect citizen opinions for operation problems. It contains news polls, surveys, and citizens voting for government initiatives. All the systems which I mentioned in this speech are already working. Some of them are in production country, and some of them are in test cases. You can visit them, and you can look them, and you can participate in them. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Valery. It's a really interesting case, and actually many other practitioners from different cultures and from different nations maybe will not see anything tremendous or trailblazing, something very unique. But actually, for us, it is unique because we have some specifics in our own region. We have some specific climate conditions, and the main idea that I am going to just pay attention to is that to be a smart city, it is not necessary just to implement everything, just to implement a whole range of ICT technologies available on the market, but to choose the value that will enable us to solve our challenges. And in this case, Valery showed us that in our region we just picked up the challenges that we wanted and we needed, and implemented the only ones, the very techniques that are useful and that will not put our citizens under the risks of weather conditions, climate conditions, political conditions, and many others. So going back to my presentation, I told you about PMI and other techniques of project management. So SWOT analysis here is very important in case of challenges and opportunities and threats. So keep this in mind while implementing your smart technologies in your city, and you can call us and ask us for help. We'll consult you through WeGo network of communication and exchange knowledge exchange. And here we are smoothly moving to the fourth presenter. His name is Dmitry Zinoviev. He is the head of Spatial Data Infrastructure Development Division of Electronic Ulyanovsk. And the topic of his presentation is virtual guides of the Ulyanovsk region with a panoramic visualization. Actually, this is a very popular movement nowadays, and he will show us that not only great and big transnational corporations have virtual guides and panorama applications, but also there is an alternative which enables us to cover some specific goals and specific aims. So, Dmitry, please, your presentation, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Ebushko. Good day, dear colleagues. Today I want to share my experience in creating a mobile application containing information about more than 100 objects of Ulyanovsk region. Unlike ordinary photos and very boring viewing, a panorama simulates actual site visit, create a sense of presence, allow to see everything around at any angles. A three-dimensional image is created on the screen. You can look around, turn around, zoom in or zoom out the subject at any angle by using the keys or the mouse. Such interactivity creates an effect of presence. This significant advantage distinguishes virtual spherical panoramas among other visualization tools. Several panoramic pictures can be linked to active zones. You can move from one three-dimensional panorama to another. This is called a virtual tour. Virtual tours, as well as three-dimensional panoramas, includes flash animation, sounds, and other multimedia elements. Nowadays, this is the only way to show the entire space around the observer or a single object from different angles. Since 2012, the government of Ulyanovsk region has been developing a geographical information system, a geoportal of Ulyanovsk region. A geoportal is a system with several variants of cartographic bases, where the executive authorities of Ulyanovsk region chat spatially referenced information. Nowadays, more than 1,100 map layers have been created. The average daily attendance of a resource is about 1,000 unique visitors. Georeferenced database of virtual tools to GeoPortal was the first step to create a virtual guide of Ulyanovsk region. Group layers, a virtual journey containing the following categories of objects were created: museums, cultural objects, religious objects, hotels, restaurants, homesteads, investment projects, investment areas, other objects. Every object is represented by a geolocation on the map. You can find text information about the objects while clicking this geolocation. Development of mobile applications was the next step of creating a virtual guide. In 2015, an electronic guide was created for citizens and visitors of the Ulyanovsk region. This mobile application consists of a map of the Ulyanovsk region, chatted with popular cafes, restaurants and hotels, as well as with temples, museums, cultural and historical objects. You can find a brief description and a virtual tour of every object on the map. There are tours of more than 100 objects of the Ulyanovsk region. The aim of this project is to attract citizens to museums, theaters. With the help of this project, you can get all necessary information about every site of the Ulyanovsk region. Thank you very much.
Dmitry, thank you very much for your smooth presentation. It's actually very newsworthy, as said, because when we compare and analyze various specifics and various on the one hand, similar technologies, but actually when we analyze them deeply in a more specific level, we see that your experience enables anybody to cover their specific goals. Once again, it's very important not to use some technology which covers all fractions, all specifics like a package, but it's very important to target your main goal, target your main project management goal actually, and to solve it efficiently without additional funding, without additional time-consuming and human resources, and that is why I think your experience is very, 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 very useful for everybody. And before moving to our closing speaker for this webinar, I will announce that though there are no questions right now in the timeline of our Twitter, so if you are ready, you can ask questions using hashtag Ulgaf. But we know that 26 of you are watching us, and we are very grateful that you are attending our webinar. It's very important, and thank you very much for attending this webinar. So the next speaker of our webinar is Ms. Olga Dmitrieva. She is the Deputy Director of Ulyanovsk Regional Medical Information and Analytical Center. The topic of her presentation is also very useful, and when I mentioned daily routines in my opening remarks, I said that people are very concerned about their day-to-day basis tasks and messages, where to go, how to apply to some opportunities, how to get to some place, how to use a public transport system, how to apply for the doctor's advice. And here, medical appointments organizations play a very important role, because they have some specific IT technologies and electronic devices that must be operated. So here, I guess that I'm very interested, because I didn't see your presentation yet, and I hope that our audience will encourage and appreciate this. So I'm very interested in your new updated presentation, because I'm very carefully watching, and I've heard a lot about your achievements, because many other regions in Russia just pay attention to your experience, and I know your experience just half a year ago, and I want to know what's going on right now. So welcome, the floor is yours. Ms. Dmitrieva, please, your presentation.
Thank you. Good day, dear colleagues. Do you know how to book an appointment with a doctor? In 2011, the electronic filling system developed by Regional Health Information System on the Ulyanovsk region was implemented in all the healthcare organization providing outpatient services in the Ulyanovsk region. With the help of RHIS, you can make an appointment with a doctor, register patients, and maintain medical and vaccinations records electronically. RHIS also provides other functions which help to automate the process of outpatient medical treatment. The main aim of the registry is to regulate queues, to give the opportunity to book an appointment and receive medical treatment in the appointed time. Because of the huge flow of information, it is impossible to provide constant control and monitor the quality of medical service without information system. Electronic filling system regulate queues by giving each patient scheduled appointment time. With the help of electronic filling system, people have an opportunity to book an appointment with a doctor by using various ways. Visit of healthcare organization without pre-registration, if an outpatients department is located in close proximity, then the easiest way is to come to this healthcare organization and see a doctor without pre-registration. However, saving of time is the only advantage here. On the other hand, you could run the risk of waiting for a doctor. A preliminary visit of a health center for booking an appointment with a doctor. If a health center is located on your way, why wouldn't you come in and schedule an appointment? You will be advised to make an appointment with an appropriate doctor. The drawback of such an approach in the loss of time. To book an appointment with a doctor by phone, this way of making an appointment is popular due to its convenience and saving of time. To schedule an appointment through a call center, it is possible to book an appointment by making one phone call. Call center operates not only schedule your appointment with a doctor, but also consult you of changes of doctor's schedule. To book an appointment with a doctor through the portal, one of the easiest, quickest and the most convenient ways of making an appointment with a doctor is to use the portal for online registration. You can find update information, timetable and reviews about doctors on this portal. To book an appointment with a doctor by using a mobile application. With the help of mobile application, you can book an appointment with a doctor by using a mobile application. Besides, you can also view your appointment history. The mobile application helps you to save your time and to eliminate the need of visiting health centers. They book an appointment with a doctor through a self-service terminal. There are self-service terminals in the healthcare organization which are used by patients and as an alternative way of making an appointment with a doctor. You can make an appointment not only to the health center where a self-service terminal is located, but also to the other health care centers. Several difficulties were observed with the implementation of electronic registry. The large patient stream to the registry in a health center, the negative attitude of medical staff toward the transition to e-appointment with a doctor, the negative attitude of patients towards the transition to e-appointment with a doctor, medical staff lack of knowledge and skills required of use computer equipment, the lack of automated doctors' workplaces in medical facilities. The complex approach plays a great role is in the implementation of RHIS in healthcare organizations. The way a doctor receives his patients is very important. It is unacceptable when a doctor receives some of the patients according to a first come, first served rule and others according to the electronic registry. A high personal turnover in healthcare organization leads to the constant work training of new coming specialists. The State Healthcare Institution Medical Center for Information and Analysis of the Ulyanovsk region holds seminars on the use of information system. In conclusion, I would like to emphasize that the implementation of this module has significantly simplified the process of making an appointment with a doctor. It helped to regulate queues and reduce the number of patients waiting to be admitted by a doctor. However, I want to draw your attention to the fact that the electronic registry does not solve a problem of personal deficiency in healthcare organization. Save your time and be healthy. Thank you.
Olga, it's very inspiring to hear the wishes of good health from the official who works in medical organization. It's very pleasant. So thank you very much. And we are moving to the closing of our presentation and to closing of our short webinar. I've prepared some closing remarks for this list of presentations, and in addition to that, I've just summed up some ideas of the previous conferences that I had attended. The last week there was a great Open Data Summit in Moscow. Previously there was a great conference on electronic governance and information society, EGOSET 2015 in St. Petersburg. ITMO University was the organizer, and the big international summit in St. Petersburg in this June. So I will just briefly read some ideas that I consider very useful for you, dear colleagues. Thank you for attending this, and I know that the 26 of you are still watching us. Firstly, it is questioned that by many researchers whether such frameworks that were mentioned before are applicable globally. In particular, it is argued that they cannot consider all the regional specifics that I've mentioned before, just cultural, economic, political, etc. And on the other hand, we argue that in the reality of inevitable globalization, it is better to channel it into a sustainable flow, which is beneficial for everybody. And on top of that, such techniques have enough variables to take regional peculiarities into account. And secondly, we believe that in future the governments will need such smart tools enabling quick and effective decision making. New technologies and ecosystems penetrate into the life of the governments, and the lack of time, the information overload, and the lack of human resources is very threatening, actually. And the more complex life becomes, the more effective decision-making technologies are needed, and the previous technologies just show its importance. So multiple fields evolve in the results of the progress, so public officials need to solve more and more problems within a limited period of time. I need to highlight this. And therefore, it is important to find out whether such assessments are the keys to solving such challenges. So on this inspiring idea, I want to thank you for attending our webinar. I want to thank WeGo International Organization and its members for attending this webcast. Thank you for our speakers and for our technician staff for organizing this free of registration, it's very important, webcast. And we are open for collaboration. You can send us your questions even after this webinar, because you need to think about it. Maybe some ideas will evolve after this webcast, and I know that just to have one tweet that, hey, good stuff, happy to share what we do in Ireland. And thank you to Maria Dobrokhotova from Perm. It is very inspiring to get messages from you. And once again, happy to share what we do in Ireland in future events, open knowledge projects. Thank you very much. It's very interesting. We'll share these tweets on our information letters, and the recording of this webcast will be uploaded on our YouTube channel, and you will watch it after. So, once again, thank you very much. Let's stay in touch. Goodbye.